We're back with more Makoto Waikado and Weeping Hand Manor. Let's begin. I'm excited. The last case. What did we find out in the last case? I'm always really excited to see what happens in between each Makoto Waikado case. Like, what happens to Makoto Waikado? 832. What's happening at 832? Watch your step. There are broken branches scattered everywhere. With this wind, you could even get hit by one. No, I have not. I wouldn't be surprised. Sorry about this. You came all the way to the Kamoyanagi Manor, and here I am, taking you on this dreadful walk. Don't worry, I wouldn't let you go out all alone in this weather. Having a police officer as a guest makes me feel more than safe despite the storm. Ha ha ha. Well, am I gonna murder you again like I did last time? Maybe Makoto Waikado is the real bad guy. Murder follows him everywhere he goes. A bridge. I'm afraid it won't budge. And this drawbridge is the only way back to the city? It is. You can't go anywhere without crossing it. We try pressing the button. We try shooting it. So we're stuck here. There's no point staying in this dangerous place. Let's head back to the manor. I agree, it's raining. And storming. The old man is snoring. What a night. The only thing that's missing is the ghost. What ghost? Please wait here while I go and get you a towel. Oh, thank you. Tell me about the ghost. And let me make you some coffee too. I need to thank you for coming with me in some way. I'd love a coffee. Thank you. I don't have a coffee with me right now. Powered by Japanese. A blackout? Did that sound come from the well? It must be the ghost. Hide your hands! Don't touch the well! Eek! I saw something running past, like a rat or something. Time, about 8:40 p.m. The manor is shrouded in darkness. Perhaps we have angered the well ghost. Everyone, calm down. Wait where you are, please. I'll go to the boiler room and turn on the emergency generator. In the meantime, please don't move. I'll come with. Thank you again. By the way, someone just now decided to hide your hands. What was that all about? You don't know the rumors about the manor, do you? No. Enlighten me. I can't enlighten you right now. We've run out of power. While the manor's real name is Kamoyanagi, the Willow Duck, but it has a nickname. The Weeping Hand Manor. Which is the name of this case. Waikado's case files, the Weeping Hand Manor. Ah! My hand! What was that scream? I think it came from the well room. I'll go check there and you check the dining room. Oh, someone did indeed lose their hand. They shouldn't have stuck it in the mousetrap. Look for clues. Hello. Hello, miss. Is everything alright? I'm Waikado. Are you hurt? I'm fine, but he, Satoguchi, is... What do you know about him? Please tell me as much as you can. His name is Satoguchi. He's a friend of mine. It was supposed to be a friend trip between club members. How did it come to this? Satoguchi, eh? Is that Satoguchi's blood? You aren't hurt, are you? I'm not sure, since it was so dark. I bumped into someone, I think. And when the lights came back on, he was there, covered in blood. It's not mine. Right, blood is the victim's. I need more details. I need a few more details on what happened. I'm sorry, could you give me a minute? I'm a bit shook up right now. And by the way, who are you? Actually, I'm a detective. I hope I can help out somehow. Ah, I see. You try asking those two over there. They're club members too, so they should be able to help you, be able to tell you more about Sadaguchi. Thank you, I'll do that. And I investigate the body first. I should be start by speaking with two girls standing around the bar. They could be involved in this. Alright, well, let's talk to this lady in this case. Izumi, what happened? Are you alright? Can I ask you a few questions? Are you friends with that girl by the well? We're in the same university club. And you are? Here. That's a police badge, isn't it? You're a detective. Yes, and I'll be taking notes on what I hear from all of you. Oh, okay. Now that I'm running down my phonies, I could try erasing what I've just learned and talk with her again. So I could learn. Tell me about the victim's name. Mind if I ask you a couple more questions? I've heard that the poor lad's name is Sadaguchi. Is that correct? Yes, Atsumi Sadaguchi. He's a member of our university club. And may I ask what your name is, and the other girls too? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Akita. That girl there, another kid club member, is Izumi. Did you notice anything strange about Sadaguchi lately? Someone trying to get to him, or anything like that? Of course not. First off, most of us were in the dining hall when the lights went out. Why did you move then? Wait, when did that window open? Whoever did this must have snuck in there. When was the window open? I'm not sure. Sadaguchi, are you alright? I need to check out the victim. Let's see. Sadaguchi, don't move. You've lost your hand. Sadaguchi, can you hear me? Would you look at all this blood in the wound, huh? He has no wound on his torso. He's still alive and he's clutching his hand way too hard. Could it be? His fingers are missing. His right ring and pinky fingers. Were they cut off? I need to find them. No, we have to start with the blood loss first. Alright, so he's still bleeding from the hand and he's lost a few fingers. Is he part of the Yakuza? Sadaguchi, can you tell me about this? There aren't many blood traces around the room. He was probably wounded right here where he's lying down. He probably won't like this, but I have to check those wounds. Let's have a look at the bleeding from hand. Check the wound. Sorry, pal, let me take a peek at the wounds before we get you all fixed up. Relatively clean cuts. The fingers were lightly severed with a blade of some kind. Alright. Did he do it himself, perhaps? Is he in the Yakuza? Miss, have you seen some fingers around? Sadaguchi is holding his torso, but the wound is on his hand, right at the base of his fingers. So he just cut his hand, that's it? Not quite. He's missing 2 fingers. We need to find them and close the wounds. What? No way! I have to find Sadaguchi's fingers, his right ring and pinky fingers. 2 missing fingers. Anything else that I can ask her about yet? The window. Was the window already open when you opened the room? No, it wasn't. But right after the lights went out, I had the sound of someone opening it. Would you happen to know if it was locked? I don't know, sorry. Then it's possible that the culprit came in through there. What else can we tell about this culprit, eh? But he knows how to climb through windows. Okay, so we've interacted all we can with her. Let's have a look at the window now. The storm's still going strong. Even the floor's wet with the rain that blew in from here. It's all muddy outside, but I can't see any footsteps. Why is this window open then? Maybe they entered before? Maybe someone wanted to look like an outsider did this. This would mean that they didn't know about the drawbridge being struck. By that reasoning, the culprit must still be inside the manor. Yes. I guess that is true. Yeah, they couldn't get out, they couldn't get in. And they just wanted to make it look like someone from outside did it. Wounds. All that blood that Sadaguchi lost, it came from his hand. You can't be serious? Again? Why? Again? You want to tell me about again, perhaps? Mind if I ask you a couple more questions about the blood loss? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. But I'm worried about Sadaguchi and Izumi. Are they okay? Yeah, they're fine. Don't worry about them too much. Are you, my friend? The master of the manor has finally made its appearance. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions? Tell me about yourself. Excuse me, I didn't catch your name. What? So you're a cop? I thought you were also here just to see the master of the manor. My name's Okuma. I'm researching paranormal phenomena with my colleague. Let me check that well out. And what do you know about Sadaguchi's fingers? Do you happen to see where they went? You mean that kid really got his fingers bitten off by the ghost? What ghost? His fingers were likely cut with a blade or something. Yeah, it definitely wasn't bite wounds. It was too evil for that. I'm sorry for him, but you won't find his fingers anywhere, since the ghost ate them. More importantly, I need to ask him what he saw. Rumors about a ghost, eh? Can you tell me about the ghost thing, as you seem to be very into the cult? Yes. The Manor Ghost. What's this ghost that you're talking about? A violent spirit that bites off the fingers of those who place their hands on the edge of the well. You'd better be careful too. Man, I'm so envious, and really need to ask that kid the details of what happened to him during the blackout. You spoke of a master of the manor. I'm assuming you're not talking about the manager? Are you serious? Why would you stay here if you don't even know about that? I was looking for a quiet place to spend a couple of days off, and my boss suggested this manor. Really? Of all places? This manor comes with a free evil ghost. The master of the manor is what we call it. Really? Okay. We can deduce now. Let's deduce. Orange juice? I think I made that joke in the last one. And the one before that. Time to put together all the info I got. I came to the Weeping Hand Manor for some peace and quiet. There was a blackout, and soon enough someone's hand was weeping. With all that blood, I assumed that he got stabbed in the torso, but the only wounds I could find were on his hand. He's not going to die from that, but I still have to get to the bottom of what happened during the blackout. I mean, he will die from it if you don't fucking close the wound. Get to it. First of all, who got his fingers? The victim's name is Sadaguchi. Right, his name is Sadaguchi, and he's one of the guests staying at the manor. Another guest, Okuma, reached the well room after hearing the noise. He looked positively thrilled. This Okuma person has no doubt about who you got Sadaguchi's fingers. That someone or something allegedly bites at the fingers of those who touch the edge of the well. Who or what allegedly got Sadaguchi's fingers? The ghost. The ghost. Right, I guess that bites off the fingers of those who touch the edge of the well. Definitely not a ghost, though. I'm not trying to disprove ghosts or anything, but that story doesn't match what I've seen. Sadaguchi's hands don't look like the fingers have been bit off. Judging by his wounds and by the situation, whoever did this used a weapon. What does Sadaguchi's wounds look like? They were clear cut. They definitely weren't bitten off. They were cut off with some sort of sharp blade. And finally, Izumi stated that she heard the window open while the lights were out. However, there are no traces outside. It's so muddy that it will be impossible to walk there without leaving any. I must assume that the culprit, who didn't know about the drawbridge being stuck, tried to make it look like an outsider did it. What does this tell me about the real culprit? Well, it's not me, and it's not the manager. Then also that the culprit is still inside. Right, this would mean that the culprit is still inside the manor. Unless the manager was trying to pin it on someone that was, you know, inside. I scrapped the info I'm not going to need anymore. I don't have a single clue as to who did it, but it's safe to say that some kind of cunning weapon was involved. I need to question the people in the manor while keeping an eye out for any blades, especially any blades with blood on them, or that looked recently cleaned. 9:23 in the dining room, so this is the next day, seeing as it's now the morning. The table and chairs are old, but well cared for. Not a single wrinkle on the tablecloth either. It's old, but well cared for. There's a paper. What's this? Looks like the manor's floor plans. This will come in handy as I explore the rest of the manor. Well, that's handy. We've got more locations now. Can you tell me about anything? Hey Akita, how's Sadaguchi doing? He's calmed down a bit. Izumi is still there with him. I came here to explain the situation to the others. How is Sadaguchi holding up? I guess he's barely hanging in there after losing 2 whole fingers. Well, about that, he actually was missing a pinky to begin with. Lost it in some kind of accident as a child, I think. So only lost 1 finger this time. I mean only. Not trying to make light of it. Sadaguchi's fingers, so Sadaguchi had already lost 1 finger. He's definitely... Because generally in the Yakuza you'd cut off your pinky first, right? Which means that whoever attacked him just got his right ring finger. Yes, that would be great. So, I guess it was true. What are you talking about? You know, the rumors. The ones about the goat that lives in the well and bites off your fingers. Well, she only bit off 1. I don't know necessarily whether that would match with the modus as we've got it. So you're a detective, huh? How convenient is that? I clearly have some supernatural being looking out for me. May I ask you for your name? Of course, Numata. And you're part of the university club or part of a club researching paranormal phenomena, or so I hear. What exactly do you guys do? Paranormal phenomena. Please, we're not chasing unicorns. What we study is the energy left behind by human presence. The energy collects in certain places, such as the one you can find in this manor. I'm talking about the well room, obviously. The well room is haunted, eh? And why are you staying here? Long story short, you're here to see a ghost, right? It's not about seeing it. They say that if you stare into the well, you'll be able to consult the dead. Really? Okay. I'll leave in that case. Well room, haunted. You are from the same club as Izumi, correct? Yes, I am, and I know about you from Akita, by the way. She told me you're a detective. May I ask what your name is? It's Kawabe. What is your relationship to the victim? Someone attacked Sadaguchi, aiming for his hand. Did Sadaguchi seem worried or scared about something before this happened? Not really. He just joined our club, so the whole point of this outing was for us to get to know each other better. That and taking Izumi's mind off things. No, what was Izumi thinking about? Why did your club choose to visit this place? Half for fun, half as a club activity. To put it simply, our club is about investigating the paranormal. If I said it was for fun, Numata'd be fuming. Even got mad when I threw a coin into the well earlier. Really? Okay, so Numata's very serious about the club. Though that well is dangerous, why do people go out of their way to visit this place? Some people are just looking for a thrill, I guess. Others believe that it can get your wishes granted and whatnot. So good things might come out of that well too. I tried throwing in a coin earlier. I've also heard people say that drinking its water can grant you spiritual powers. I didn't know that water was drinkable. Anything is drinkable if you're brave enough. As for me, I'll pass. I mean, that's not true. Everything is drinkable once, right? That young man over there, that's Numata. What about Izumi and Sadaguchi? Did they go to their rooms on the 2nd floor? Yeah, Izumi is treating Sadaguchi's wounds. I told her to take it easy, but she insisted, saying that it was all her fault. The manager also gave him some over-the-counter painkillers. Here's hoping they do something. I mean, they'll do a little, but not a lot. He's lost a finger. Look at the near side. There is a tray and a water bottle on the counter. Look at the far side. I can see the kitchen behind the counter. The note? Please do not enter the kitchen. If you need anything, just ring the bell on the counter. Signed, the manager. But surely it's a kitchen, there might be a knife, right? So we probably do want to have a look at the kitchen eventually. Is this the kitchen, perhaps? Yes. Okay, we can talk to the manager who was here as well. I like that the whole room is, like, the whole place is already opened up for us. There is a rice pot, a microwave, and a nightstand. No empty slots. So all the knives are here and accounted for. Hello, you must be exhausted. Me and you both, huh? What the guest said. The guest told me that this place is known for being haunted by a ghost. Is that so? What? You didn't know? I assumed you'd come here because of that. I started hearing creepy rumors from the guest a few years after I bought the place. Eventually that became what most guests came here for, and now the place is known as the Weeping Hand Manor. Right, But have people lost their fingers before, or was this the first time? What were these rumors about? The room you saw yourself earlier, the one with the well, they say there's a ghost living inside of it. Although, to be honest, I think my guests know more about the story than I do. Right, so you have not personally seen the ghost, even though you're here the longest. Word on the street is that this man as well as haunted, am I right? What a reputation, But then again, people come all the way here because of that. Unless they come, do they do anything? With the well, I mean. Oh, I can hear the splashing sounds. Believe it or not, the guests make wishes and throw coins into the well. This common enough of a chorus that I've started to think of it as a piggy bank. Really? Okay. Maybe you're wanting to fulfill the rumors for that purpose, getting more money in. Though it seems like you're already doing well because of the rumors, so perhaps not. There's a small box with a lock. The label reads, Blades Safekeeping. Okay, so blades are kept in the lockbox. Perhaps we can get the guy to open it for us. Trash divided into burnable and recyclable. Nothing out of the ordinary. That's very common in Japan. They will have burnables. And those do get burned. May I ask you a couple of questions about the lockbox? So that lockbox for guest blades. I remember being asked if I had any knives and such on me when I checked in. That's correct. Wait, you have a knife on you? Oh no, I was just wondering. Why be so careful? Any bad precedent? Well, it's ancient past now, but back in the day, a guest cut another. That's why we have this rule now. Before you ask, whatever cut Mr. Sadaguchi's hand didn't come from there. I checked. Right, okay. Can I check myself just to be sure? The rule about blades. Well, we'll think about that in a minute. Let's move over to where else could potentially there be a... Not at the entrance, let's not go there yet. What's this? The hallway? This is the well room. This is the regulars room. The 2F4 way, we won't go in there yet. Room 333 for women. And room 444 for men. Let's go to here first and have a look at Sadaguchi, I think. We're also looking for anything that could potentially cut someone. Look. There's a first aid kit on here. Okay, so at least Izumi's got something to treat Sadaguchi's wounds. Are you feeling alright, Izumi? Yes! You should probably get some rest too. Let's ask her about the blackout. During the blackout, you and Sadaguchi were in the well room. Was there anyone else there? Someone walked in after the two of us did. Who's that? Could it be Akuma, the man that was there at the scene? No, that can't be him. As soon as the lights come back up, I saw the man leave right before noticing Sadaguchi covered in blood. Really? What did he look like? Do you remember anything about the man that you saw? He was tall, and I think he was wearing a long coat, like me. I'm tall and I'm wearing a long coat. Sadaguchi, what can you tell me? How you doing, Sadaguchi? Please, no need to get up. You better not exhaust yourself. Did you see or hear anything during the blackout? Can't say I did. It was pitch black. The window sound. Izumi mentioned hearing the sound of the window being opened. Any clue as to what that was? I was doubled over in pain, so I'm not sure, but I did hear it too. When you went to the well room, was it just the two of you? You and Izumi? Yes, as if for an sister we go alone. They probably figured they were doing me a favour. Maybe they're trying to get you all romanticized. It's full of clothes and other personal stuff, all arranged neatly. Okay, so nothing too interesting in that. Let's see if there's anything that we can talk to these two about. Excuse me, Izumi. You did Sadaguchi get his wounds fixed. We got a first aid kit from the manager, and we did what we could with that, but we still need to get him to a hospital as soon as possible. Did Sadaguchi say anything while you were treating him? Not really, but the manager did. None of the blades are missing, he said. Really? Okay. So someone must have not checked a blade in. So the manager checked some blades and reported that none of them were missing. I rushed to the second floor as soon as he gave us the first aid kit, so I'm not sure. But I saw him check some kind of locked box. Yeah, that would be right. That doesn't really give us too much more information. We'll go to the... Let's investigate some other rooms first. The forbidden room. Nothing here. It's locked. I can't get in there right now. Well, fair enough then. Let's go to the hallway to tap the other three and see if they can tell us anything about us. This must be the girls' room. The door is to no room number 333. Yeah. May I have a few words with you? Haven't met you before. As you please, just know that I haven't the slightest clue about what happened. Your name is Yagi. My pleasure. Yourself? Are you here by yourself? No, I'm with that man over there. His name is Akuma. We're traveling the country looking for spiritually charged places. Spiritually charged places like shrines, temples, that kind of things. Those you too, yeah. As long as there's supernatural rumors about them, we find out why people go there and turn that into articles. Oh, really? Okay. So you and your colleague write articles about, excuse me, is there something wrong? You look a bit distracted. Oh, it's nothing. That person over there just caught my attention, that's all. What caught your attention? The person who caught your attention is that man with the beanie? Shh! What if he hears you and comes here? A guy muttering by himself like that can only mean trouble. Maybe it's just got autism. He thought about that. Not being so rude. Thank you for your help earlier, Akuma. Oh, no problem. One with you. You're here with someone, I take it. We're partners? Ooh, Yagi, that wimp isn't much help on the work front, but when he's around you can always count on strange stuff happening. That's why I bring him along with me. Could you elaborate on what you mean by strange stuff? Supernatural stuff, of course. Can't be much of a supernatural reporter if I don't get strange photos or at least an audio recording. Alright, do you have a website or do you do a podcast? So your job is visiting people where paranormal events have taken place and investigating those rumors? Yep, that's why I gotta see the well as soon as possible. I know you've got your job to do, but I'd appreciate it if you could hurry up a bit. Well, I'll try my best, my friend, but for now, you're all here with me. The door plate room's 444. That's the means room. Oh. Are you staying here as a guest too? Haha, it was there. It was from the well. It finally came. May I ask what your name is? My name, yeah. What was my name? Well, you're staying here. He's here looking for paranormal phenomena too. The ghost, it has legs too, it does. Ha ha ha. I saw it myself. Ha ha ha. Excuse the blunt pressure, but where were you during the blackout that took place around 8:40? I didn't go in. Inside the well room, you mean? No, in the forbidden room. I was in my room. But the thing in the forbidden room is not there anymore. The forbidden room, eh? What forbidden room? Is there really such a room here? You can't go there. Even if you do, there's nothing left to light up anymore. Light up as in candles, incense, so it's a storage room for that kind of thing, right? I wish I could enjoy some of that out here. You're a bit creepy, my friend, but that's alright. And the forbidden room. A piece of paper that says do not enter. Guests can't walk into the storage room or the linen closet. Huh. So there is something weird about the forbidden room. That's forbidden. The regulars room. This must be this guy. Ah. What's this smell? Don't just step into my room, you thief. I don't have anything for you. Get lost, huh? Yeah, so that is that guy's room. We haven't looked at the warmers room yet. So let's see if there's anything exciting in here. It's locked. Okay, never mind. We could have a look at the well room. Oh, the atmosphere is very spooky. A sign pointing to the well, like some kind of tourist attraction. Well, I imagine that's why most people come here, so you might as well put a sign up. And the well itself, I can barely see the water in it, either because the room is lit so poorly, because the well is just so too deep. I could try throwing something in just to see how deep it is. Oh my god, it's very deep. Hugely deep. Hopefully you guys had that, but yeah, looks like it's pretty deep, alright. Observe. The rain got in and now even the walls and floors are wet. A grown man should be able to get through it when it's fully open, although it wouldn't be a comfortable exit. Right, and we know that someone didn't exit out of it anyway. Let's go back to the main group now, because we've checked every room, haven't we? Well, we haven't checked out the entrance. I just want to make sure that I'm checking everything prior to, you know, actually looking at the murder. Look around. When the wind's this strong, you still get wet, roof or no roof. It's so wet the mud got all the way to the door. Okay, nothing too more exciting. So let's go to this hallway, just in case we find anything interesting here. And then we'll go chat with the people. This will be the door to the kitchen, right? The floor is clean. This must be the entrance to the dining hall. The room map shows the door to the well room right in front of it, but it's actually to one side of it. The room next to the well room is a guest room. It says room 111. Looks like there's only one guest room on this floor. The door at the end of the hallway should lead to the boiler room. Alright, okay. So this will be the guest room. But we don't know who. Rain kids knocking on the glass door at the entrance. It's only getting stronger. And this will be the way up. The room in front of the stairs should be the well room. I can't see inside from here, but I can feel how humid the air is coming out. Could be the rain's fault. I mean, the window's still left open, right? Okay, let's go back to the main group now and see if we've got anything to tell us about any of this. Hello, my friends. Let's go to my thing. We can talk to the crazy man about the ghost. Can you tell me the Manor's ghost? What do you know about the Manor's ghost? I could use some more details about it. Huh? I'm all out. If you want to see it, get your own. I'll beg the Manor for some. What are you talking about? That cheapskate. I know he's loaded. He's just pretending he doesn't have any. Doesn't have any what? Ghosts? Spirits? The Manor's guests. So what are you all about? You're paranormal investigators. One small and wider, and one tall and skinny. The people who come to stay here, I'm assuming most of them are looking for the supernatural, just like you, right? Nowadays, most likely. Like those kids in the dining hall. I ever saw one of them throw a coin down the darn well. You say nowadays. I take it things used to be different in the past. Probably, yeah. See that guy muttering to himself back there? He could sure do without any ghosts, tell you what, that much. They come for the rumors. Alright, and that'll be my last thing, but let's see if there's anything else chatting before I deduce. So Yagi, can I ask you a few questions? Do you know anything about the Manor's ghost? I read on it before coming here. But right now that beanie guy, he's been possessed, I mean, he looks like it, I guess. And why is that? You're not just laughing me off. That's not the reaction I usually get. It's just, look, he's speaking to himself. The things he's saying sound unhinged. It's scary, but I'd like to take a better look. Just don't overdo it, alright? Like you do all the time. You're gonna get more ghosts here. Alrighty, let's G-juice. G-juice. I like this deduction, like, area. And also the deduction mechanics. Something unique about this manor, specifically the reputation. However, its reputation has nothing to do with the quality of the lodging or the food it supports. It's all about rumors of ghosts that supposedly dwells here. Guests from near and far come visit for that very reason. What kind of guests does the manor attract? Well, like, crazy people. It would be... they come for the rumors. They come for the rumors. Right, the guests who come here are people who have heard about the rumors regarding the ghosts in the well. The well room is where the spooky rumors about the Weeping Hand Manor originate from. An indoor well must be suggestive enough to pique the interest of fans and researchers of the paranormal. They all speak of the ghost in the well, some even throw coins in it. What's the well room to them? The well room is where the ghost lives, but it's haunted. Right, so the well room is what the ghostly rumors talk about, so the main reason they come to the manor. It's the ghost house. Now, I've been able to confirm my thoughts about something. The idea going around seems to be that the cone split off Sadaguchi's finger, but he had a clean sharp one, so we can rule out any ghost antics. And these blades are what confirm my suspicions. The manager keeps everyone's blades to prevent that old cutting incident from happening again. Now, the manager has a rule in place that relates to it. The rule in place, that would be that you have to put your, yeah. Right, since an old incident took place, scissors, box cutters, and all other blades must give them to the manager for safekeeping. So someone disobeyed the rule. Aside from the room and ghost, we have someone else at the manor to aim our suspicions at. That someone was in the well room with Izumi and Sadaguchi. Assuming that person was a guest we still haven't met. If that's the culprit behind Sadaguchi's weeping hand, that means that the manager is still unsafe. What do we know about this person witnessed by Izumi? He's tall and... he had a coat. No. Right, however, I still have no idea who that might be. Well, there's a couple of tall men. There's the blonde-haired guy. I scrapped the info. The rumors about the ghost are what brings the guest in, but the culprit I'm looking for is no ghost. Now that I have information on the actual suspect, I should go and question him. Hopefully I'll also find out his motive. Do we have a person that is tall and has a coat? 9-12. No, 10-12. Did my math wrong. Give me a break. One blackout after another. Lester should stop soon, since the manager said he was going to the boiler room. I wonder how Izumi is doing. I'll go to the second floor and check. Are you serious, Kawabi? That's too dangerous. What are you thinking? Then I'll go to the wow room. What's the with you people? Don't you see what happened to Sadaguchi? You sound kids sound scarier than any ghost. Fine, I'll stay here like a good boy. I knew it. The manor is haunted. These blackouts, they are a sign of its rage. Who else has a coat? This is still taking long enough, and the light's coming back up. Has it really been that long? There they are. Oh, there we go. Ah! What was that? Another hand sandwich. Came from the second floor. Is Kawabi okay? Okuma? Okuma? Is everyone alright? There was a voice from the second floor right now. I'll go check. You all stay put. Ho ho ho. Sorry for taking so long. Did anyone hurt themselves? Stay here and keep an eye open, please. Yes, sir. Oh my god, someone died. The regulars room. Is this the guy in the beanie? Yes, it is. Examine. He's not breathing. I can't see any wounds to speak of, but he's definitely dead. What happened here? I need to collect information from everybody, so from who's still here. No wounds, but a look of pain on the deceased's face. There's also some foam dripping from his mouth, maybe drank the well water. There seem to be scratch marks on his neck. Did he get asphyxiated? No, he must have. Full of Duty alone. Full of Duty unknown. What's the smell coming out of his mouth? It smells kind of sweet, but it could be just the whole room reeking of incense. So he has burnt incense in his room. He took something from the forbidden room. Are you the one who found the regular's body? Yeah, I kind of screamed at him. I don't think he was dead. Why are you here? Were you in this room? Wasn't it locked? I just wanted to check something, and it wasn't locked. What did you want to check, eh? That's a bit suspicious, isn't it? The air here is permeated with a thick, unnatural smell. The room's messy, but probably just from a lack of cleaning. Doesn't look like anyone rummaged through it. With this strong of a smell, it's a safe bet the windows in this room are closed shut. Just what happened in here? Well, it is raining, to be fair. So, maybe he just wanted to keep the rain out. A small plastic baggie next to the pillow. Traces of white powder inside it, so it did some cocaine or something like that. That's all I can find. Or some iocane powder and drugs. There's an empty glass, looks like it's from the dining hall. And then there's an incense placed with some ash on it. That probably explains the smell. Well, what kind of incense do you reckon? Weed? nothing more to investigate in the regulars room. The forbidden room will still be locked. No one in the men's room right now. Let's go talk to Izumi in the women's room. See if she heard anything. Because she was the closest to the scene of the crime. Weren't you, Izumi? Izumi, may I? Yes. The Manor's regular guest is dead. I'd like to know where you were around the time of the blackout. Dead? But why? What happened? We don't know yet. I was hoping you had seen or heard something since you were on the same floor. That was around the blackout, around 8:30, was it? I talked with Sadaguchi for a bit and then went back to my room to rest. But you said about the regular. Is it true? Did he really die? I didn't hear any screaming or anything during the blackout. Well, he was asphyxiating, so probably not. There might have been something in the incense that caused him to do so. Did you hear or see anything while in your room? Right after getting back to my room, I heard someone walking towards the end of the hallway while talking to himself. I think it was the regular. To be honest, that man's kind of scary, so I didn't open the door to check. The end of the hallway? Why would a guest go there? There's one room there. A locked one. I think I heard someone call it the Forbidden Room. Right, can we ask the manager about the Forbidden Room, perhaps? And do that now. We know the manager is at the dining hall. No, apparently he's not. He's left. He's in the kitchen. Along with the tall man. Which I'm just going to call the tall man because, you know, I've forgotten his name. We need to talk, it's important. What happened? I went to check the second floor to figure out what the scream we heard was. And what was it? What happened there? Your regular guest was found dead inside his room. What? You cannot be serious. How? So what's the background here? What exactly do you mean by background? You're the one who knows most about the regular here, right? Was he sick? Any problem of the sort? I see what you mean. However, I've not heard anything about any illnesses from him. What do you know exactly about him? He seems a rather enigmatic character. Nothing else to chat with him about. We can chat with the rice cooker, apparently. Yagi, may I? Oh, that's his name, Yagi. We found the regular dead in his room. What? You're joking, right? The regular? I think I like the shaggy voice, or Akuma was the one who found him. Oh, Kuma? So that really was the voice I heard in the hallway. But why him? The regular was found in his room, right? Why would Akuma be there? They don't know each other. Blackout. Around 10:10, when the second blackout happened, you were in the dining room hall, correct? What I was? A couple of those kids were there too. Akuma wasn't, though. What was Akuma up to? Do you know? Or are you just making it up? Let's tell these two about this murder while we're here. Izumi, what? No, you're not Izumi, you're the other lady. Yes. A report. We found the regular dead in his room. Really now? Was he killed? Some of my friends are on the second floor. Are they alright? Please calm down. There was no sign of struggle in his room, so I can't say whether it was an accident or murder. As of now, nobody else was hurt. All of you were in the dining hall since before the blackout. Yes, the manager made us coffee and we were drinking it. And at 10 p.m? Bloody hell. Did anyone else enter this room? Sadaguchi passed by to get a glass of water, and then the thin one from that pair of riders put on his coat and left. Then there was the guy with the beanie, the regular I think people call him. He left before the manager did. Oh, okay. Oh, one more thing. During the blackout, Kawabe went to the second floor. I told him it was dangerous, but he wouldn't listen. Yeah, we haven't found Kawabe yet. Potentially he's still at the second floor. Sorry to bother you again, but what can you tell me about the well? What rumors do you know about the well? Are they related to the ghost that allegedly lives in there? Yes, but there are a bunch of different stories about it. In theory, our club is here to find out which one says the truth. Personally, I'm more interested in finding out why they call this place a Weeping Hand Manor. Well, you know now, don't you? You've seen it happen with your own two eyes. Sadaguchi. I heard that Sadaguchi was particularly excited about this club outing of yours. Like, oh that! People were saying that Sadaguchi is into Izumi, and he'll take this chance to ask around. Me? I don't see it. He even told me that he's not interested in Izumi romantically. He said she's special to him, but in a different way. Oh really? What kind of special to him? Official how? Since she joined the club, he's always been looking out for her, worried about her troubles. He wants to help her. For all his life, people have been telling him that helping others take courage. Azumi is lucky to have someone care about her that much. So maybe Azumi did it. That's possible. She did have blood in her. Naya? Oh, detective. Was this club trip Sadaguchi's idea? Yeah, even though we didn't know the whole of it. As in? As in what we're actually supposed to be doing here. If we see the ghosts in the wild, we should actually perform some kind of ritual. But only Sadaguchi knows the details. He's keeping all the info to himself, even though he's new to the club. We found the regular dead in his room on the second floor. What? Is that what that voice was? During the blackout, that was Akuma. He found the body and let out a scream. I need to ask everyone about what they were doing at the time of the blackout. Please understand. Still here in the dining hall, huh? Why aren't you going back to your rooms? We won't be going back there until it's time to sleep. We wouldn't want to wake up Sadaguchi without talking. Oh, fair enough. Speaking of Sadaguchi, is it safe for him to be all by himself? We told him to lock himself in just in case. We got a spare room for the manager, so he can go back later. Alrighty. And the manager? You all handled the manager earlier, right? Yes, up until the blackout. He made a coffee for the three of us. I see. Then the manager left. I guess nature called, and after a while the lights went out, and he called out to us from the hallway, telling us to wait here while he took care of the blackout. We've already asked you about Sadaguchi. Wait, did you think he was going to get in a romantic relationship with Azumi? What did you think about the whole situation? Were you jealous? Is that why you killed him? He's not dead, but you know. Anyone in here? Yes, alright. Is this a person that we haven't yet met? Aha, it is a tall man with a coat. Just like the description. Excuse me. You're the guest from room 111, correct? Yeah. I've been holed up all this time. Things seem to be wild out there. What happened? We found one of the men's regular guests dead in his room. I'm trying to find out what happened to him. You look awfully collected for someone who's just seen a dead person. I've learned how to keep my cool at times like this. By the way, may I ask your name? Sure. I'm Mitadai. Right, I just told them about this. Oh, no. Why did I do that? There we go. Your room is the closest one to the well. Did you see anything out of the ordinary around the time of the blackout? I didn't see much of anything since I was in my room. But now that you mention it, my room is indeed the closest one to the well. That must be why it's so damp. If someone saw you, there's a well room, then room 111, where you're staying, and then the boiler room, all connected through the hallway. And I get to enjoy the noise that all the people passing by make. Not to mention the dining hall is so close to. Oh, incidentally, I heard someone running in the hallway. And when would that be? Right after the blackout, if I recall correctly. The sounds moved from the end of the hallway down the other way. As if someone was running from the boiler room to the wow room there. Right, so maybe like Akuma? Or something like that, because he was in the wow room. What can you tell me about the fact that you were seen at the scene of the crime? You're a tall man in a long coat. Were you in the well room during the first blackout when Sadaguchi was wounded? The first blackout? That was around, what, 8:40? Then yes, I'd just gotten there. As soon as the light went out, I got scared and went back to my room. Why would you get scared? Because I'd heard someone scream. I didn't leave my room since. As for the second blackout, I was in my room the whole time. I'm not sure anyone can prove that, though. Really? Are you sure about that, Steve? Or whatever your name is. Mitadai, that's your name. Let's go to... and try and find... he's not in the wow room. No one's in the wow room. Oh, is he here? Yes, he's there. So he got quite far on his way to see what the scream... the room was here. But, Tell me, weren't you in the dining hall talking with all the other club members? Uh-huh, I came to check on Izumi, but her room was locked. And then the lights came back up. Oh, forget about that. What happened in the regulars room? I saw that rider guy walk into it. What's wrong? By the way, what are you doing out here? Can't you go in? Oh, thing is, Sadaguchi fell asleep. I forgot that I gave him Numana my key, and now here I am, locked up. Room 444, square key. Numana has the key. Numana. We can ask Numana about that, I guess. The regular abandoned his room. Oh, I see. Is there something you know about this? Me? No, not at all. Are you sure about that? Alrighty. How interesting, right? Can we go in the forbidden room? No, not yet. This is where the murder took place. Where there's no one. Well, there's Sadaguchi in the room for men. We need to go ask. Yeah, I know. We need to go ask Numata, which is this guy, about the key. Yeah, room 444, scare key. Sorry to bother you again. Kawabe was there to wait in front of a locked door. I'm guessing you're the one that's keeping the spare key. Oh, that could. Wait, which pocket did I? Huh? No, wait a second. I gave it to Kawabe while we're having coffee. He's the one who has it. That guy, I swear. Alright, well, I'll go talk to Kawabe about it then. Bloody hell. It's like a big circle of people who have the key. I just heard that you have the key, my friend. But apparently I can't talk to you about it. Are you Kawabe? Am I getting that wrong? Yeah, you are Kawabe. Oh. Interesting that I can't talk to you about it, but whatever. Let's go to the kitchen. I bet there's stuff I've overlooked in here. Not that we're gonna say anything about that, but yeah, let's go ask about Yati. Yagi, that's his name. We found the regular dead in his room. The regular? I couldn't. Oh, Kumba, so that really was. Yeah, right. The regular. You saw Sadaguchi and the regular in the hallway. Were they walking together? I mean, in a way, yes, but it was more like the regular following the Sadaguchi kid from behind. The kid was holding a glass with his wounded hand, so I figured that the regular was worried he'd drop it or something. I wonder if he had a mind on the glass or on Sadaguchi himself. Right, a glass from the dining hall. We perhaps investigate that? Maybe that was where the powder went. And the guy took it from him and that's why he died. Let's go talk to the people in the dining room about this glass. No, they don't know anything about it, allegedly. Well, let's investigate this table again, just in case there's anything more information here. Coffee cups placed in front of the cupboard seats. The rest is empty and clean. There's a coat hanging from the chair. It's dripping water onto the floor. Whose coat is it? Maybe we can ask. Yeah, let's ask the nerd. Let's see if he knows anything. The coat. Would you happen to know whose coat this is? The one on the chair. Oh, it's one for one of those two riders. What was his name again? You know, the wimpy one. He should be in the kitchen with the manager right now. So he's also a tall guy with a long coat. So perhaps we can ask about him. Right, we've had a look at this before. The manager we can see making coffee from there. Yagi, tell me about this coat. The wet coat. Or you wet like your dog, my friend. Yagi, tell me about this coat. Does that coat in the dining hall belong to you? Yes, it's mine. Lotus, wet. Did you go outdoors? Akuma told me to go see the well room from the outside. But the ground was all muddy, and I knew I'd get soaked as soon as I left the entrance. So I immediately went back in, but more importantly, I saw it. A man wearing a long coat. Actually, a ghost wearing a long coat. Wait, are you saying that? Hate to break it to you, Detective, but this case would probably stay unsolved. We were dealing with a ghost here. Did you see anyone in the hallway or near the entrance while leaving the dining hall? Just saw that kid who got his hand cut walking the hallway and the regular following him. Okay, so he saw that too. Um, hmm, interesting. I think he was actually the first person to tell us about it. But perhaps we can go talk to the other guy wearing the coat now. And we can potentially investigate the floor over here now that we know that that guy went out on it. Is there anything in the bushes interestingly now? Right, there's a pathway going from the manor's entrance to the gate. Okay, a serious step through this mud without leaving a print, and I see no prints. There's no prints outside. There's still enough of a song to make you weep. So we know that that guy was telling the truth in saying that he never went outside. Because otherwise we'd see prints. We also know that the tall man never went outside. Because again, he would leave prints. Alrighty. Could we potentially talk to let's talk to Akuma while we're here. Akuma, what can you tell me about your partner? Saying that you went outside. Nothing. Alrighty. Well, bye then. Let's go to the second floor hallway. Let's see exactly what we see in here. I can hear something from there. Azumi must be inside. Was it? I think there's some info, yeah. Just making sure I didn't accidentally misread that. Okay, nothing for me to talk to you about. I know there's an extra page, but I've already gone over it once. Examine the light bulb. There's a map in this area around the manor inside the drawer. There is something on the floor. A dead leaf? What's it doing in here? Did the wind blow it in? But why would anyone keep the window open with a weather like this? It smells sweet. Looks like it's not just a simple dead leaf after all, maybe some incense. Probably been dried on purpose to be built as incense or smoke. Marijuana? We could ask... Well, the other guy that we know that smokes incense is the dead guy. Is Sadaguchi in the door? Oh, it's locked. Sadaguchi's already gone to bed. I see. I'll let him rest for now. Okay. Maybe we can ask this guy about this dried leaf, because he might have seen the regular smoke it before. And he might know about the forbidden room as well. Tell me about leaf. Nope. And nope. And nope. Well, let's have a look at the other information here, because apparently we've overlooked something. It's a nice set and all the nice seem to be there. Right. We already knew that. There's the label on it that reads Blade Set. It doesn't look like anyone opened it, but I did hear about its contents for the manager just in case. Well, we already know that there's nothing inside there. So I don't know why we get that information now. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Yeah, let's talk to these two about the blade box. Yagi, may I? When you first reached the manor, were you asked to leave all the blades to the manager? I was. What are you trying to imply? I'm not lying. And did you actually have any blades on you at that time? Well, we did. A pair of scissors and Nakoma had a box cutter. No blades allowed. Right, on your way out. I just thought, right. Okay, yes, you've already told us that. May I? Just to make sure, can you tell me about how you use that safing heaving blocks for blades again? Try ourselves scissors and other bladed possessions from the guests when they check into the manor. You also read that rule yourself. Wonder if it would be possible for me to take a look inside of it. Oh, I'll just give you the key. I know I can trust you. You're a detective after all. Why, thank you. I will have a look inside. Now, right now. Open. There's a list taped in the lid. Yagi scissors, Akuma box cutter, Numata scissors. All the stuff on the list is still in here. No blades are missing. But yeah, again, it's possible that someone just lied on their way in, right? And hid one. Guys, can you tell me about the blades? Nope. Razor blades. Let's go to the... I wonder if you can tell me about blades. Numata also has scissors, so maybe we can ask him about the blades, because... Why are you carrying around scissors for, my friend? Don't you know they're dangerous? You could cut someone's fingers off with those. Numata. Numata is so fair, or something like that. Nope, he does not want to talk it. Oh, well, we know that Akuma had his blade taken from him as well. A box cutter? Why would Numata want a box cutter for? What are we missing? Just one clue. Okay, we asked Izumi about, I haven't talked to Izumi in a little while actually, so let's go. And I'm not entirely certain whether we've actually looked in all of this. We can talk to her about the Manor's regular as well. So, excuse me, a regular. You know anything about the Manor's regular guest? Not at all. I just heard him talk to himself in the hallway. What was he talking about? Not having enough of something, and that something being too weak. Medicine, perhaps? Since he sounded so troubled. Ah, okay. We also have not gone to the WoW room in this little examination. Let's go there. See if there's anything interesting happening. I can pull it up. It must be broken. Who knows how long it's been like this. Did this get wet from the rain? No, it's blood. But it can't be Sadaguchi's. His body has already started to dry up. This is flesh. New blood. Blood on the well, eh? Alright. Well, we can deduce now. Deductions. Time to put all together all the info I've got. There was another blackout and it came with a surprise. As the manager turned the lights back on, someone on the second floor screamed. I reached that floor and saw that the door to one of the guest rooms, the one belonging to the Manor's regular guests, was open. Inside I found a clearly distressed Akuma, but there was someone else in the room. There was the Manor's regular. I mean, it does make sense. Do you want me to lie? No, there was no one else other than that too. Right, beat this one though. Regular did caught undone. Right, the regular guest was there, lying down dead with a tortured expression on his face. I wonder if that one makes more sense in the Japanese, because you could answer either in English. While I was doing the rounds through the Manor to question everyone, I met someone. It was the tall man with the long coat that I'd heard about. This man who dressed himself as Mitadai allegedly kept his guest room, room 111. That's why I haven't seen him yet. He also was in the room during the blackout, and he said that right then he heard a noise. What noise did Mitadai hear right after the blackout? He heard some running. He heard running footsteps. Right, someone was running, but I don't know who it was. I need to find out more, seeing as this could be linked to the regular's death. A lot of death happening in this one. But one more piece of evidence potentially related to the man's mysterious demise. Found it in the well room, specifically on the edge of the well. There was blood stains there, the ones from Sadaguchi's wounded hand. But those bloodstains were already starting to dry out, which tells me that the evidence I found was more recent. What did I find in the well room? We found some more blood. Blood in the well. Right, flesh blood spilled during the second blackout. But we didn't see anyone bleeding. Apart from maybe Sadaguchi. I also have some more information on the regular. While she was alone, it was a she in room 33. 333, oh no, Izumi. Heard a voice coming from the hallway. Regulars. According to Izumi, the voice moved past 333 into the back end of the hallway. This gives me as a hint to where the regular was headed. There's only one possibility, the forbidden room. Right, now I have to establish whether the regular really went into that room. This will require some more investigation. Well, we know that the regular has gone in there prior, so... this death is strange in more than one way. I don't know what the cause of death, and I can't even imagine why he died there, where, and when he did. I'll have to make sure of where everyone was leading up to the blackout. I think we can make some assumptions of COD. Surely. 10:50 PM, dining hall. Why are you not choosing army time now if you're going to put 10:50 PM? How are you two? Excuse me, Akira. Oh, detective. Is anyone of you hurt? Earlier I went to the out room to check on Izumi. She was really distressed, but at least she wasn't hurt. As for the room where the boys are staying, I'll leave it to the boys. I know that's probably the last thing on your mind right now, but do your club investigate the rumors about the manor? To be honest, the only one who really took that stuff seriously was Numata. The rest of us just saw it as a fun trip. Well, the one who suggested it in the first place was Sadaguchi, though. He said it was for Izumi's sake. Izumi and Sadaguchi? You mentioned that Sadaguchi suggested this trip for Izumi's sake. May I ask you to elaborate on that? Izumi has an older brother who's been missing for years. She doesn't even know whether he's alive or dead. I see. That's what was troubling her. Sadaguchi wanted to help her somehow. This is what he came up with. Why this? Why a ghostly manor? Excuse me, Kawabe. Hey there, detective. New mother isn't here, huh? Knowing him, he's probably gone back to the well room. Well, I'll ask about that in a minute, but firstly, give me your key, my friend. What do you know about Izumi and Sadaguchi? Wasn't it Sadaguchi who suggested your club come to the manor? I've been suspicious of that guy ever since he joined our club. There's nothing to do with his missing finger, mind you. He's just like, devil may care, all fine as long as I reach my goal. And he was trying to help Izumi out despite all this? Listen, all I know is that a guy like him should be nowhere near Izumi, so you're jealous, right? I see. And finally, excuse me, Yagi. Hello. So, you're not with Akuna? Hey, it's not like we need to be with each other all day long. Come to think of it, after he came back from the Rickler's room, he went upstairs somewhere saying he needed to think. I'm wondering why Akim was in the Rickler's room after the blackout that took place around 10:10. Did you notice anything unusual about him or his behaviour? I'm wondering just as much as you are. I guess there is one unusual thing. For once, he seemed to be more interested in what actually happened rather than any supernatural story. Wouldn't that be expected for someone in your profession when faced with a similar event? You got a point, but I'm not sure that today's incident is one he's really interested in. That old story about a guest killing another be what he's thinking of? I'd like to hear more about what you saw the regular and Sadaguchi walking through the hallway. What is there to say? The guy was mumbling to himself the whole time. I'm sure of it. Why does this kid have it? It's wasted on him. He was saying stuff like that, I think. Creepy, isn't it? Yeah, very creepy. Zoink Scoob? I can't do a good Scooby-Doo, unfortunately. Reggie? I wish I could do a bit of Shaggy. That'd be nice. It's so clean it sparkles. So no one's cooked in a while, eh? What can you tell me about the regular, my friend? Wish that Z and X were so close together. Sometimes, Put Q as like the other button. Mr. Manager. Ah, detective. The odd cutting incident. I'd like to know more about the incident that led you to checking the guests for blades when checking in. What I told you before is all there is to it. Two guests were quarreling, things escalated, and one cut another. A gruesome thing, really. And in what room did this take place? Rather forget all about that, but it was a room at the end of the second floor. I'm using it as a storage room now. Usually locked, so guests have started thinking of it as some kind of forbidden room. Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. No blades. Yeah. Anything new in the rubbish? It's full of trash, coffee grounds and stuff. No dried leaves though. Where else? Maybe... No. No. Everyone's in the wow room today. Hello. Izumi. Detective. Here all by yourself? I thought you were Sadaguchi. I just left the room. I need some fresh air. Right, what's up with Sadaguchi though? Well, roof looks slanted. Is it damaged by the storm? Yeah, that's definitely slanted, isn't it? Oh, new mother. Hello, detective? I thought you were in the dining hall chatting with Kawabe. I wanted to speak to Sadaguchi, so I ran back, except he wasn't in his room nor in the bathroom. I wonder where he went. Really? Okay. Did you come in with Izumi? No, well, she was already here when I came. I wish she'd stop peering into the well, talking about asking for trouble. She put her hands in the well, perhaps? And finally, Madai. Hello there. So you do get out of your room every once in a while? Huh? Oh yeah. Just, you know, checking out things. I didn't expect all these people to be here, so I'm waiting for them to leave. This is one eerie room, isn't it? Indeed. Never seen a well inside a house. Must be pretty rare. I mean, that's why I came to check it out. So you're not here for the ghosts, are you? That's interesting, isn't it? Mildly interesting itself that he's not here for the ghosts. He's here for the room. The regulars room, no one's in there at the moment. 2F hallway, no one's in there. No one's in the male room, no one's in the woman room. There's a forbidden room, of course, which we can go investigate, I guess. It's locked, I can't get in there right now. Oh. Well, let's go check every room. But at least we've talked to everyone that we can talk to. So this is the regular. It's covered with a linen sheet for the time being, so the police come in and examine this here properly. That's a good idea. Glad that you've got this all sorted. Someone's done some packing. The bed looks like the only part of the room that was actually being used. There's a bunch of stuff on it, but I have to examine it more carefully. Okay, can we examine it for anything in particular, perhaps? Like the dried up leaf. There's this weird sweet smell in here, like incense or something. It's the same leaf as the one on the table, the one I found in the hallway. This is probably where they came from. Where did the regular get them? Maybe from outside. We'll look there later. Right now, let's get the two-way hallway. The two female hallway. The dog plate reads room 333. Right, we've already seen that. That will just read 444, I'd imagine. But because I don't want to miss out on any clues, let's have a look at it again. And this is the sign about the forbidden room, right? Alright, nothing too interesting there. We'll try to go to the male's room and the female's room, though I think they'll both be locked. Oh, weirdly, not locked. This is where the boys from the clubs are saying the door's unlocked. Yeah, it's interesting that it is unlocked. We always thought Sadaguchi. There's nothing on the table, which is weird. Sadaguchi had gone to the dining hall to get a glass of water, and he was walking together with the crazy man. No one in here. Look at the bed. There are some blood stains. No wonder it's didn't get that wound treated properly. Why isn't he here resting like he should? This should be Sadaguchi's bed, but where is he? Sadaguchi's missing. This must be Sadaguchi's bag. There's some long thing all wrapped up. It's a knife and a bloodstained one at that. So Sadaguchi cut his own hand? What else? There's some few plastic baggies with pulls and powders in them. Could be some medicine he needs to take daily. Wait a second, this powder is kind of clumpy. It looks like what you get from crushing pills. What's with these drugs? Unlabeled pills. Maybe that was like what was used to poison the man. And Sadaguchi did it. But he tried to get himself off the stand by cutting off one of his own fingers. No, okay, women's room's locked. Perhaps we can go back to the regulars room. Now that we know that maybe the drug was from Sadaguchi, but let's ask about the Sadaguchi being missing to everyone. Where is Sadaguchi? Sadaguchi's supposed to be resting in his room, but I can't find him there or anywhere else in the manor. Where did he leave? All he had was some weak painkillers. We have to find him and put him back to bed. What about you? Have you seen Sadaguchi? Oh yeah? I also went looking for Sadaguchi. If he's not in his room, I wonder where. But the manor is only so big. Well, let me guess, you saw it in his bag, but don't jump to conclusions, please. Maybe this was some ritual we plan to do here. Maybe. Of course, I'll never accuse him of anything just on that basis. He's into this kind of stuff to a creepy degree, but that's what I like about it. He's got to have lots of baggage, the emotional kind. Oh, really? And what about you? One of the other guests, a young man, called Sadaguchi from the university club, is missing. If I may, that kid, maybe it's better if he stays missing. I'm not trying to cover up for him, mind you. I just feel for that girl by the well. Ah. So you know something that others don't. Let's have a look in the hallway. I know that there was more stuff that we could talk to them about. So maybe we'll do that later. Yeah, Kita and Kawabe are sitting down. There must be somewhere else. Anything outside? The floor near the entrance is dark. That must be no one's going out of the manor. And I can only hear the sound of the rain. It's like the dampness from the air is bubbling up here. Alright, let's go back into the well room now. And ask those fellows about potentially the bloody knife. Oh yeah, this guy would definitely know about it because he knows something. There was a bloodstained knife among the belongings of Sadaguchi, the missing young man. Oh, yes. No, it's nothing. I was just wondering why I wouldn't throw it away. Maybe I was planning to use it again, you know? Been holding your hand for a while. Does it hurt? I can get you some painkillers if you need them. It's that knife thing you talked about. Just hearing about it gives me a painful chill. No need to worry. Maybe you've got a missing finger yourself. I noticed that you've never pulled out your hand from your jacket pocket. What about you, young miss? Did Sadaguchi happen to have some kind of medicine that he had to take on a regular basis? I wouldn't know. Not as far as I know, at least. Really? That's everything I can talk to them about, right? No. Glass. Did Sadaguchi tell you he went to the dining hall to get a glass of water? What? Why would he do that? I'd have got it for him if only he'd asked. Why do you ask, by the way? Very interesting. So he wanted an excuse to be able to leave the room. Why wasn't someone guarding the room at all times? This is what I want to know. Yes, I agree that there's some info I've overlooked. For sure. Maybe this lady knows about the pills. May I? Do you know Sadaguchi usually took some kind of medication? I heard that after losing his finger as a kid, his wound hurt so much that he had to take painkillers all the time. But did you happen to know if he had to, say, crush the painkiller pills to take them more easily? He never told me anything like that, and I must say it's really starting to sound like you're suspecting him of something. I am suspecting him of something. How did you know? Oh yeah? Did you see what was inside Sadaguchi's bag? You're talking about the bloody knife, aren't you? I haven't told the others about it yet, but what in the world was that? It's too soon to take guesses. Was there to guess? That's the murder weapon. Sadaguchi must have killed the regular. Sadaguchi, you sneak a little? Is he trying to trick Izumi? Well, the regular wasn't killed with the knife. So you're wrong about that. Sadaguchi was supposed to be resting in room 444, but I can't find him there nor anywhere else in the manor. Maybe he's just gone to the bathroom. I don't think he'd go that far, not with that wound. Have you seen Sadaguchi? Sadaguchi is supposed to be resting in room 444, but I can't find him here. Any reason for this? We went into our room, so you saw that. Right after Riggler was found dead, your room was locked. You were locked out of yourself, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I got the key from New Mother after that. I wanted to show it with Sadaguchi. Right, but did you? Or was Sadaguchi already missing? And where is Sadaguchi? What? Does that mean the last person who saw him or something? I didn't even see him once after that time I told you about. Oh, jokes. Nothing else to chat with these fellows about. Let's go to the kitchen. We can go outside, though I don't think there's particularly anything interesting there. No. So someone disobeyed the rules and didn't put their knife in the knife drawer. Whoa. Call the police, everyone. Someone's done something naughty. This rain's really something, just the same as before. And nothing else? No. I've only got 4 out of 10. Alrighty. Well, it's time to do a little bit of a circle, I guess, in that case. The unlabeled pills, yeah. This is what I was thinking. He's covered with a linen suit for the time being, so the police come and do it. Is this the same kind of baggie I found in Sadaguchi's bag? It doesn't look like the body has been moved. The baggie must have been here since before it fell on the floor. So I took some of Sadaguchi's drugs. Nothing else here. Let's go here, eh? The mail room. There's nothing on the table, which is weird. Right, yeah, we've looked at that. Is there anything actually use against anything in this room? Like, can I perhaps... Oh, yes, I can. Choose the unlabeled pills against the suitcase? Was it? Yeah, it was the suitcase. Think back. Where have I seen this before? Right, I saw something like this near the pillow in the regulars room. Yeah, well, I just examined that, didn't I? Nothing else too interesting here. So we can make an inference right now that Sadaguchi killed the regular. Let's go back to the well room. You fellows know anything about anything? Nope. We've already examined the well. It's slanted now. We can't examine anything else here. I talked with you about everything. Yeah, I told him about that. And this, yeah. What about you? Have I talked to you about everything? Right. Yep. Hmm. Hmm. Any ideas, everyone? Must be something. Hmm. In the 1F hallway. Perhaps. We've already looked at that. In fact, I think we've already looked at everything in the 1F hallway. Let's go back to the dining room for a second. Yeah, it definitely says that there's something we've overlooked. We've already examined the kitchen now. Maybe we'll just chat with everyone again and see if anyone says anything suspicious. I've already heard all of this. Hmm. Ah, there we go. Rumors in the club. So let's have a listen to that again. Azumi mentioned something about the ghost from the well aren't able to speak with the dead. If you want to know more about that, you better ask Numata. He's the source of most of the stories circulating in our club. May I? Ah, yes, I've already talked to them. Is there any one of you cared? Yep. Boys. Right. So let's go ask Numata about the club's activities. This could lead to a big thing. Rumors in the club. May I ask you about the goal of this club trip? You people wanted to speak with the dead, I take it. I know I should just accept it already, but my older brother disappeared years ago. I don't know whether he's still alive. Sadaguchi suggested this trip to help me find some closure. How does this place tie into that? Here people can talk with the dead, and my brother doesn't answer, that means he's still alive, and he does answer, well, Sadaguchi said it would help me see my brother again either way. Still, there are several places with similar rumors about them. Why the Weeping Hand Manor? Could it be that Sadaguchi knew the manager? I don't think that's the case. He and Numata looked into several places and eventually found this one. Right, maybe we can ask the manager about that. You have a reputation as your club's source of supernatural information. The talking with the dead stuff, was that you too? Can't for that one goes to Sadaguchi. He was looking into ways to help lost souls, and I just gave him a hand. Lost soul, like in a religious sense? That came up too, but it's out of my wheelhouse. What we wanted to find here was that more of a secret ritual kind of thing. Really? Tell me more. So what was Sadaguchi's goal with this club here? The plan was to help out Izumi by communicating with the dead. The more I learn about this, the more I smell trouble. Which is why I want to discuss it with Sadaguchi. When did he wander off to? I wish I knew that too. I wish I knew that too, my friend. Let's go talk to the manager about whether he's met Sadaguchi in the past. And if so, do you know where he might have been? And if so, can I get entrance to the forbidden room? I'm a detective, damn it. Is there anything among any of the current guests that you were already acquainted with? I've never met those true writers before, and the same goes for the university students, so today are all new faces to me, including yours, except for the regular, that is. Speaking of the regular, how long had he been coming to stay at the manor? He started visiting right after becoming the manager. He was one only of the few who still remember that cutting incident. I see, and does he always stay in the same room? Oh, how did you guess? He never settled for any room but that one. Just got an idea about what kind of a guest he was from what little I heard him say. He could be a handful. He would also give me trouble about the storeroom key, and oh, look at me, speaking ill of a guest, forgive me. The manager and the regular. Handful of guests, huh? I should probably go check his room once more. Well, before we do that, let's talk about this. Did the Riddler first get to know you and your manor because of the supernatural rumors around it? No, he started building before that whole thing even started. He just liked the manor and came to stay here often, that's it. Say, Mr. Waikado, can we lock the Riddler's room now? I can't feel at ease knowing it's still open. I'm sorry, but I will have to wait a little longer. I still need to examine it more thoroughly. Oh, I see. Job's done. Good voice for me. The job's done voice. Let's go to the Riddler's room. Let's see if we can investigate whether he's got the key to the Forbidden Room. Because he would, right? Yes. Potentially. With the bed. The manager said the Riddler was a handful. He'd bother him about the storage room's key and whatnot. And what was he so particular about staying in this room? Could it be that he had the storage room key? Closed in a few small items in the bed, nothing under it. And below the pillow? Huh? There's something here. A key? I didn't see it when I first checked to see. Key to some room. Well, let's go to the Forbidden Room and use the key on there. The key I found in the Riddler room fits the lock. There we go. We're in. Alrighty. What's up with this big lock thing? But let's have a look at this first. This smell is familiar. It might be the leaf. I thought this room wasn't being used, but it's not as dusty as I expected. What's this sweet scent? It's the same as in the Riddler's room. It must be the leaf. Perhaps. Okay, we can't look at anything in here. Is this a safe? There's a chain on the ground. Probably used to be tied around the safe and held with a lock, but now there's nothing safe about this safe. It's empty. What was so important that you need to tie a chain around it? This is some kind of powder in the safe's corner. Maybe, yeah, that drug that we saw in Sadaguchi's room. Now we can juice. Deduction. Time to put together all the info I got. The room where the boys from the club were staying was unlocked. The others told Sadaguchi to lock himself in, since they had a spare key anyway and he was wounded. But the door was unlocked and the room was empty. The person that should have been resting in room 444 was Sadaguchi. Sadaguchi is missing. Right, I can't find Sadaguchi anywhere in the manor. Rude as that may have been, I checked Sadaguchi's bag. I needed to confirm some suspicions. His bag had clothes and other travel necessities carefully stored in it. But underneath that, there was a much more troubling item, hidden and all wrapped in cloth. When I unwrapped it, what did I find? You find a blood, a knife, a nife, bloody knife. Right, why was a knife that had clearly been used in Sadaguchi's position? Need to find him and ask him. But we can't find him. And that wasn't but the half of it. I made another suspicious finding while examining Sadaguchi's bag. It could be something that he needed for emergencies, or maybe something that he used on a daily basis. But he kept it stored in small plastic baggies, and some of it was crushed into a powder. Other than that knife, what suspicious item did I find in Sadaguchi's bag? Pills. And yeah, they're unlabeled, so what doesn't even know what he's taking. One of the club members told me that he needed to constantly take painkillers when he was younger, but this was different. I found a suspiciously similar baggie in the Riddler's room. I think just try it and see what happens, you know? If you die, then you know that's the definitely one. When examining the Riddler's room, I found a key that wasn't there right after the blackout, the key to the Forbidden Room. What the manager told me about that room wasn't quite true. Is he trying to hide what that killing incident was really about? There was something in that room, something very particular. It was open and the chain that was clearly used to keep it strictly locked was now on the floor. What's this thing that I found in this hidden room, the Forbidden Room? An empty safe. Right, most likely the incident that took place there was nothing as cute as a little fight and a tiny scratch. My institution says that the rooms kept locked to hide the truth of what really happened in it. Ah. So we might need to find out more about the historical stabbing. What was Sadaguchi doing? Where is he now? And also, what was that incident in the minute's past really about? I need to find the answers to all of these questions. All good questions. Find Sadaguchi. Your room. Did you go back to your room to check if anything was missing? I had all my valuable stuff on me anyway. More importantly, where is Sadaguchi? Why is he hiding? We're talking about a guy wandering around with a knife and some weird drugs. Who knows what he's up to? I have to protect Izumi. So yeah, you're really into Izumi. The key. When I met you on the second floor, you told me that you were locked out of the room because Numata had the key, didn't you? Yeah? Why would you lie like that? If you had found out about what was in room 333, couldn't you just tell the other club members? What you found in Sadaguchi's bag made you suspicious. That's more than understandable. But you should discuss this with your friends first. Not everyone drew the same conclusion as you. Just a note about the speaky. I still can't find Sadaguchi anywhere in the manor. I must find out why he bought us, or rather why he bought Izumi here. Whatever it was, I bet he can't show his mug now that it's all gone awry. Kawabe is the only one holding the key to room 444, right? There's another guy I wish would give me a break. Everyone in this club has this weird ideal of justice. You seem to be keeping tabs on all your fellow club members. Can't you blame me after finding that stuff inside Sadaguchi's bag? Not really, to be honest. Sadaguchi's goal. Can't talk to anyone here about Sadaguchi's goal yet. You look pale. Awfully pale. Is everything alright? Sorry. I was trying to go back to my room when I found a presence. I looked inside and there it was. You're talking about the forbidden room? Yes, I think I was trying to possess that Izumi kid earlier. But now it's haunting the forbidden room. What Yagi saw? What did you see, Yagi? Can you tell me? Nope. Nothing interesting in the kitchen that I can look at. The manager is still in the kitchen. And let's just try and examine everything just so that we get the information while we're here. I found the key to what people here call the Forbidden Room. It was inside the regular's room. You mean you actually went inside it? Well, if you did, you saw that there's nothing to it, didn't you? I did, and I found it safe, unchained and empty. But the room clearly wasn't being used as a storage room either. Oops, done. Tell me more about this storage room. You liar. You liar. No. He no longer wants to talk to me. That I pushed him out to be a liar. Anything outside? Sadaguchi walked through the hallway with the glass in his hand. The glass is neither in his room nor in Izumi's. The regular's room, however, had an empty glass in it. Is this a coincidence? No, he definitely went into that room. I know that Sadaguchi probably killed the regular. Where is he now? There are some mud traces on the floor. There must be Yagi's. So Yagi went outside. Why was the regular following Sadaguchi? I was bringing back that glass. Maybe he was interested in what was inside the glass. Where did he go after leaving the dining hall? All good questions. Let's have a look outside. See what it was that Yagi hid. Yeah, there's definitely something out here. And it's belting down at the moment. Much more rain than typical. Look down. The rain's so strong the mud splashed all the way here. First, as I see, must be Yagi's from when he went to take a look outside. Still pouring like before. Well, we'll continue walking the track. I'm not frightened of no rain. I'm not made out of sugar. Am I? I'm a goat. I eat sugar for breakfast. It's so dark in here. Forget seeing ghosts. Good luck seeing anything at all. The ropes connected to the bucket won't move. Maybe the pulley is broken. The bloodstains are starting to dry out. What's this? Thread? No, it's here. Quite a few strands too. Someone must have hit or scratched their head against the edge. Did a fight break out near this well? Here on the well's edge, eh? Yeah, if it was more, just a few strands, you'd be like, oh, it's understandable, but it's more. Well, it's like the storm won't go on like this for much longer. Are you a meteorologist? How do you know that for certain? Let's have a look if there's anything that we can examine with the dead body. Yes, we can examine the head. What hair do you have? The colour, length, and shape all match. This must be the same hair as what I found on the well's edge. Yeah, so we definitely know that the room smell got to the bed and curtains too. There's no escaping it. The manager's going to have to give this room a really deep clean now. Or if he doesn't want rooms with dead people in it, he needs to board this one up as well. The ashes don't really smell like anything. I wonder if that's the same in Sadaguchi's room. We've got Akumi in here. We can talk to him now. He's not going to talk to us about what Yagi saw though, which is kind of what I wanted to ask him about, but... Excuse me. I've been looking for you, Akuma. Where were you? Hey there, detective. Can I help you? Listen, I actually came here alone once before starting to work with Yagi. Didn't have any suspicion back then. I noticed that someone had been in the forbidden room, so it was you. But then I stumbled upon it. That room wasn't forbidden back then. The door so happened to be open, and I saw everything. Tell me more. Did you see the stabbing? The manager told me about a cutting incident in the past. This thing you saw, was it that very incident? It was the regular guest who went mad and started swinging a knife around. Given your profession, I imagine, assuming you chalked that up to the man being possessed. I did at first, but this had nothing to do with it. You noticed that too, didn't you? That weird smell in the room? He was on drugs, as high as it gets. He started throwing stuff around and then he cut the guy who was there with him. Really? He's a drug user. Why tell me? Why would you steer the story with me? You need to ask? Because all the supernatural rumors going around this place could just be stories of someone's bad trip. The police can have this one. Once you're all done, if there's any ghost stuff left your cops can't explain away, I'll take it from here. Every man to his trade, huh? I really overstepped here. I've been using the key to the regulars room. Must have thrown you for a loop there, sorry. I see. So the regular being a drug user, eh? Do you feel safe here, lady? Did you find anything suspicious about Sadaguchi's behaviour? I couldn't say. Did Azumi mention anything like that? No, she hasn't seen him after around 10 when they were talking about communicating with the dead. I heard that Sadaguchi lost his pinky finger in an accident. Do you know who could tell me more about the details about that? Even Sadaguchi himself doesn't remember the details. He just knows his mom told him to do something to help his dad, who was sick. He was still a child, so I figured he was helping with some difficult chore and hurt himself or something like that. Yeah, I think that the regular is Sadaguchi's dad. For sure. And it was the drugs that made him like lash out at Sadaguchi. And the same drugs are the ones that Sadaguchi has in his room. Obviously. But not so obviously, but you know. I'm gonna say obviously. And if it comes to be true, you know what? I'm happy. If it becomes not true, then I'm happy too. I'd rather it come true though. If you guys can think that I'm like an amazing detective. Running footsteps, eh? Anything wrong? Is there anything the matter? Any supernatural rumors about this room too? Who knows? I don't know much about the supernatural. I do know that there's something very wrong with this room though. Between the smell, the safe, and the stuff lying around, one has to wonder how ghosts are the only things rumored to be haunting the place. And to think the manager's manager looks like such a pleasant fellow. Why are you at the manor? Incidentally, why are you staying here? Excuse me? What's this all of a sudden? I meant no offense. I'm asking the same thing to everybody, and you look as out of place in this manner as I do. You said you heard someone running while you were in that room. Was that only after the blackout? I think this is probably a detective as well. Thinking back to it, I remember that I also heard the same sound right after before the blackout. So a runner made a round trip. That would seem to be the case. Right before and right after the blackout, must have been in a hurry. Really? Hmm. Can you tell me more about these footsteps, perhaps? No. Can you tell me about anything else, like the regular being a drug user? Nope, he does not know anything about it, but I know who would. It'd be the manager. But prior to doing that, let's go have a look in Sadaguchi's room again, just to see if there's anything that I can investigate here. His room is now open again. Anything in particular on this table? Someone left a note, probably for Sadaguchi. Let's see. Sadaguchi, we need to talk. New mother. Where's new mother looking for him? Nothing that we can investigate here with regards to evidence, but there's now a dead rat. Feels like Sadaguchi hasn't been back in his bed since he disappeared. There's something down here. It's that powdered drug. Sadaguchi must have dropped it, and I can kind of see something else further down. What in the? It's a dead mouse. It's got a white powder all around its mouth. Dead mouse, right, so it is the drug that's causing people to die. The wrapped up blade, the drug bag is closing in a folder full of postcards. Let's look at the folder. Wait, there's a photograph, and Izumi is in pretty much all of them, so he did have like a crush on Izumi. Is this a picture of Sadaguchi's family? He's in it, and everyone has the same necklace. There's some kind of sign in the background. Light of Martyrs. So he's in a cult. There's something written on the back of the picture. Get well soon, Dick. This kid must be Sadaguchi. His right hand is wrapped in bandages, and it looks like he's missing his pinky finger. Oh, very interesting. Can we investigate the woman's room? Yes, and Izumi is in here. Izumi, do you know anything about anything? Nope. Nope. You don't know anything about a dead mouse. Rat poison, perhaps? Has Sadaguchi come back? Not yet. I heard he hasn't returned to the boys' room either. Where did he go? Earlier, around 11, in the WoW room, you talked about communicating with the dead. I'd like to hear more about that. Would it be difficult to achieve that without Sadaguchi? Impossible rather than difficult, since he hasn't told me what one's supposed to do to summon the spirits. And none of the other kid members know either? I don't think they do. So what Sadaguchi planned? How was Sadaguchi planned to speak to the dead? Through the ghost in the well. By peering inside the haunted well, you can supposedly talk with the dead, right? But then what's the hang-up? That doesn't require any special preparation. I thought he'd gone off to prepare for the ritual, but when you put it like that, you have a point. In Sadaguchi's preparations, eh? I won't mince words, Izumi. Do you really think that you'd actually be able to see the ghost in the well? And if your parents said the well and don't get to meet your brother, what then? I didn't think that far into it. I guess that deep down I'm hoping he'll be there, and if he's not, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. Okay, you can't tell me about Sadaguchi's preparations. But maybe Nezumi can. Seeing as he left a note and everything. What was Nezumi again? Was he in the dining room? Yes, he was. We can also talk to the manager now about the dead mouse. Okay, so none of these people want to talk to me about nothing. So let's move to here. And talk to the dead mouse. Oh, we've only got one clue left to find. The regular is a drug user. Yeah, you should tell me more about that. Let me ask you one more time. What do you know about the regular? I should probably just tell you. That man, my regular guest, was a heavy drug user. And he was the one who cut another guest. While on drugs, I take it. I couldn't do anything about it. Having him in the manor is a nuisance. A huge one, that's what it is. Right, so the regular did indeed kill someone. Perhaps Sadaguchi or his dad? That might be how, well, I think it is how Sadaguchi lost his finger. I already came up with it. It's time to put together all the info I got. Kuma said that what happened to the witness, the incident that took place in the manor 2 years ago. He entered the forbidden room, hoping to see some kind of ghost, but he was sorely disappointed. What he found was a room smelling like incense and a man looking completely out of his mind. What exactly did he see in the forbidden room? He saw, where is it? None of these, none of these. He saw the regular cut someone. Well, he did see that. But that's the information I got from the thing. A dead mouse, he would have seen... No, not that. Akuma saw the regular get high and attack another guest with a blade. There we go. Right, the regular guest was a heavy drug user, and the forbidden room used to be a place for people like him to get high. Ah, so he's trying to hide it from the police, eh? I asked the manager about the forbidden room. He tried to dodge the question at first, but eventually told me about what happened there in the past. What he told me matched Akuma's story. It was the man behind the cutting incident that took place many years ago. A regular cut someone. Right, the manager obviously wanted to hide his knowledge of what that room was being used for to begin with. Sadaguchi is still missing, and one of his fellow club members, Numata, says that he's noticed something about this Manor trip. They've come here to communicate with the dead, but Numata, after looking into it, got suspicious. This trip was meant to help Izumi in, quote, saving lost souls. Considering this, what suspicion took over Numata? What was it? It was, what? Numata seemed to figure something out here. Sadaguchi's goal. Right, it's possible that this was meant to be something more than a fun little trip. Namely, a dangerous ritual. Yes, I agree. I needed to make sure of one thing regarding the culprit, and that is that it had to be someone who was and still is inside the manor. Mitsurai stated that he'd heard someone running away from the direction of the boiler room. If the culprit was running to leave the manor, we'd see footprints in the room out of sight, but there were none, so that doesn't make sense. But as I questioned Mitsurai again, he remembered an important fact. What did Mitsurai remember? It was 2 footprints. Footprints steps heard twice. Right, now that I'm sure the second blackout was not caused by the storm. As I said, someone ran to the boiler room, turned off the breakout, and went back through the hallway. Maybe that was the manager, because the manager took a long time in turning on the boiler, right? I'm getting a good idea who the prime suspect is. Someone who has a reason to kill. Yeah, however, it's likely that things played out in a way that the culprit had not predicted. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think that he did predict all of this. Oh, it's you, Mr. Waikado? Cleaning up for the night? Yes, I was planning to go get some rest once I'm done here. I need to be up to see everyone off tomorrow. Have a seat, please. I still owe you a coffee if partaking in a cup of rocket fuel doesn't bother you at this late an hour. Thank you, I'll be happy to partake. All the guests ended up going back to their rooms, but Mr. Sadaguchi is still missing. And you really have no idea where he is? Before the manor gained its popularity with people who wanted to see ghosts, it used to boast quite a different clientele, didn't it? And that clientele was after the forbidden room on the second floor. Forbidden or not, you're the manager. You obviously have the key. Except that somehow your regular guest copied that key instead of using that room as he pleased. Until one day, he caused that dreadful accident. Bullseye, detective. I locked up the room hoping none of it would ever come to light again, hence its current status. But the regular kept coming, regularly, bringing those drugs with him. Why do I hide it any longer? I used to sell those to him. The manor was supposed to be a place for me to make deals. You guessed that just from seeing that room, didn't you? Impressive. Yes, I did. One of the two writers who are staying here has actually come here before, right when the incident took place. He still remembers what he saw in the Forbidden Room, and of course he remembers the regular too. Regular? I hate to think of him there. He was just an addict, always storing up trouble. I'd much rather have a ghost to deal with. That damn junkie was the one haunting me. I must ask you to come down to the station with me tomorrow. That figures. All the more reason to clean up here and go to bed early. Please do so. I'll take you up on that coffee another time. You're not... well, I don't think you did the murder, though. 136A bar room. I just need to drink the water from this well to know the truth. You'll show yourself to me, and I'll know your soul has already left your body. Or you won't, and I'll know that you're still alive somewhere. It's so heavy. Is it stuck? I need to drink this water, even just a sip. Oh, what happened? Huh? What was that sound? Did something fall? Oh, and that's why the weight of the well. Sadaguchi is in the well. Don't touch that. What's going on? Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh, what are you doing? Let me go. Heck yeah. You did it. Another detective, I reckon. Do you want to spare her from drinking that stale water that much? Or could it be that you're hiding something inside there? Izumi, I'm afraid that bucket is too heavy for you to lift on your own. Why? What was that? What's going on in here? What? Oh, everyone's here now. Give me a break. Can I ask for your help, Akuma? You sure? You're the pro here. I insist. Let me ask you all once more. Is there a ghost in this room? Oh, of course not. There's no such thing. What's your deal? Aren't the rumors about this room the Manor's selling point? At the very least, they're why I came to stay here again. And I can't leave without getting a drink from the well now, can I? People have a hard time putting stuff behind themselves. Maybe they can hold on to grudges even after they're dead. Let's get to the bottom of this and see how terrifying a long-held grudge can look. And then he drags up Sadaguchi, Yeah. Time to make deductions based on all the info we got. Too many loose threads, too many people spinning their yarns, all intertwined along under the luminous shadow of the manor. I say we untie this tragedy knot. First of all, we need to think about the manor's secret. Kamoyanagi Manor, a mountain mansion open to anyone, with a nickname among lovers of the supernatural, the Weeping Hand Manor. But behind those rumors lay something else, a space for some of the guests to perform illicit activities. What activities would those be? Drug use. Right, the Forbidden Room was a place for guests to use illegal drugs. That's right, there's no mistaking what I saw there. Those were drugs. Why do I think you and the girl look the same? No way! Seriously? That's the girl. The regular got higher and higher until he completely lost it. He cut another guess, which is why blades are no longer allowed here. That would also explain how the Weeping Hand Manor rumors came to be. You mean that there was no ghost, it was just some joke junkie? However the rumors started, they came to attract new guests. One of those guests is the reason behind the present commotion. This person used the rumors to achieve a certain goal, or maybe we should call it a mission. Planning alone in secrecy, this person snuck a forbidden item into the manor. The rumors were just bait for the victim. However, an unexpected party got in the way of this plan, making it fail. The culprit found a cover-up for the failed plan, but it didn't come cheap. The price for this fake story was a finger. Who faked an accident to cover up their traces? That was Sadaguchi. Right, Sadaguchi, following his religious beliefs, had already sacrificed his pinky finger in the past. The blood on the knife in this bag was his very own. He used it to cut off his own ring finger as a last resort method to escape a tight corner. Why in the world would he do that? This is insane! You want me to believe there's a religion that asks you to cut off your fingers? There is, believe it or not. The spirit of self-sacrifice, they call it. It was in the last game. You might remember it. Sadaguchi's plan had failed, but he still hadn't given up. Or the second game? I can't remember now. Focusing on what his intentions were reveals a terrifying story. We have the statements from the club members and what I gathered by looking inside Sadaguchi's bag. Based on these two sources, what was Sadaguchi's plan? He wanted to kill Izumi. Right, led by his infatuation for Izumi, Sadaguchi devised a plan to help her in his own twisted way. He wanted to allow her to see her long-lost brother once again. He meant to bring the two siblings together. In other words, he meant to kill Izumi. What? I couldn't imagine. For real? That's plain evil. That mad bastard. Sadaguchi. That's why he had brought a knife and poison into the manor. This explains the Forbidden Room's old story of what Sadaguchi did in the Well Room today. But there's another thread we need to take care of in order to fully unravel this mystery, the regular. Let's pull on it and see what comes out once the scene bursts. Right after the second blackout, a terrible accident took place. The regular was found dead in his room. While questioning everyone, I found that Sadaguchi had gotten a glass from the dining hall, and the regular started following him. From the body, we can see that the regular had been foaming at the mouth and scratching his own neck as he died in pain. What cause of death do these hints point to? Asphyxiation from poisoning. Right, the logical conclusion is that the regular took Sadaguchi's poison, which stopped his breathing. Is there no end to the insanity? I knew it. It was Sadaguchi who murdered him. That's not quite correct. Huh? The regular died because of Sadaguchi's poison. But did Sadaguchi poison him? That would leave too many things unexplained. The bloodstains in here I found near the well show that someone was wounded there, possibly by a hit to the head. I also found similar here on the regular's body, but he wasn't wounded anywhere except for the scratches in his neck. Before dying, he was witnessed following Sadaguchi, who was holding a glass. We already know that the man certainly had a temper. Based on this, what conclusion can we draw about the regular and what he did before dying? He attacked Sadaguchi to kill the glass. Right, the last anyone saw of the regular was in the hallway on the first floor, near the dining hall. The glass Sadaguchi had taken out of the dining hall was in the regular's room, and there were those bloodstains in the well. We just needed to connect the dots. Sadaguchi was preparing to poison Izumi, and the regular witnessed that. But amid the throes of withdrawal, he mistook the poison for something that could get him high, and attacked Sadaguchi to steal it. Once back in his room, he drank all of it, accidentally poisoning himself. So when I found him, he just killed himself by mistake. This is unbelievable. Poison? It all makes sense now. The dead mouse under the bed? I should have known. Now, why did all this have to happen? Detective, Sadaguchi, where is he now? That's the last mystery still have to contend with. Sadaguchi disappeared. The question is, where to? Earlier, when Izumi tried to drink the well's water, the manager rushed in to stop her. That second blackout, the one after which we found the regular's body, it sure took a long time for the lights to come back on, huh? It took how long it took. Mitarai said that he heard someone run past his room right before the blackout. The only place one can get by running in past room 111, where Mitarai is saying, is the boiler room. He said that this, one of the blackout had been caused on purpose. Why? Maybe because the manager witnessed something that required him to take the lights out. He had witnessed Sadaguchi being killed. Ah! The last thing he wanted for is dead body to be found here. Can't have the police nosing around, what with the drugs and all. The easiest thing would be to turn off the lights off, and when the regulars help, hide Sadaguchi's body in the well. And that's why we're pulling up the body right now. We're almost there. It's coming up. Take a good look, manager. You made the rumors come true. Here it is. The Manor's ghost. I mean, here it is. The Manor's ghost. Ah! Sadaguchi. It can't be. It's the ghost. The well's ghost. Wait a second. Just dropping a coin into the well makes a noise so loud we can hear it from the hallway. How could someone drop a body in there without us noticing? Look at the pole that the pulley is attached to. Can you see how it's bent? As if something heavy, say a body, had been hung from it. So yes. The manager and the regular tied Sadaguchi to one end of the rope and fixed the other half onto the pole. If you manage the rope right, you can make it so the body stays barely above the water. When they started lowering Sadaguchi, his weight bent the pole. Then they slowly let him down all the way to the bottom. Am I right, manager? This manor, it really is cursed. Zoinks! That's my best trick, I reckon. He told me that he'd make way me meet my brother. Is that what he meant? Let's go back to our room, Izumi. Detective, if that's possible, we'd like to be excused. Yes, please leave the rest to us. We'll call for you tomorrow when we're all ready to leave. Yeah, ghosts, I wish. You choose your own benefits over your guest safety, and this is what came of it. You have no one to blame for this but yourself. I hope you like talking, because you'll be doing lots of that at the station. Wait, are we not going to find out what Mirai is all about? But then, what was that splashing sound we heard just earlier? Someone must have fallen into the water, but who? What's wrong, Yagi? Oh, the man with the coat? Too bad it wasn't a ghost, huh? My colleague and I will call it a night as well, Detective. Thank you. Your help has been invaluable. Who would have guessed you were the one who'd come to get her? What can I say? Adult responsibilities. She's been like this since she heard you'd be coming from her. She doesn't want to be treated like a child. That's why I always disguise myself while I'm looking over her, which is often. That's a lot of work. May I ask why? To heed her brother's request, he left her in my hands. But be the missing brother? Exactly. He and I used to work together, so I know a thing or two about him and his little sister. Ah, so he's the brother's friend. What about her parents? They passed away in an accident when she was still a child. I see. Izumi, why are you still here? Is there anything else you want to ask about Sadaguchi? Given the situation, it would be perfectly understandable if you prefer not to. Was he really planning to kill me? That's a yes. He actually tried to do so during the first blackout. What? Remember how you told me you bumped against somebody in the darkness? I do. It's very likely that this person here is that somebody. Ah! His hand was injured. It's easy to imagine he got this injury while stopping Sadaguchi from stabbing you. What was that kid all about? He wasn't swinging that blade around as a joke, that's for sure. He was just one of us, part of our club. He was a kind, honest guy who got along with everyone. That's what I thought. He even researched the manor along with his new mother. He said that if I went there, I could see my brother again. He wasn't kidding. I think that, all in all, he was honestly trying to help Izumi out. Are you serious? In the past, I met one of the main purveyors of the belief that Sadaguchi subscribed to. I don't understand them, let alone agree with them, but I know that the people who think like that do exist. Huh. Can we leave now? Ah. Truly a masterful disguise. So that's who you really are. Oh, Azumi, one more thing. Yes? There are wounds that get bitter by brooding over them, and others that don't. I understand. Stop thinking about your brother. Nobody can know what someone else is really thinking. Don't let it weigh you down. I'll try not to. Thank you. Let's go, Akane. Akane, I must apologize. Looks like I've been calling you by a nickname all this time. It's okay. Everyone calls me Izumi anyway. Izumikawa is such a long last name to have. I see where you're coming from. I have quite the long last name myself. I guess you do, now that you mention it. Anyway, Akane, it's all over now. Be safe. I don't think a Waikado is too long. It's what? 7 letters? Damn, I was good. Good math. Anyway, stop self-glazing myself. That was a great little installment to the series there, wasn't it? Oh my god, it was an extra 38 minutes. Definitely the longest of the games, but I enjoyed every moment of it. I'm disappointed that like strategy option didn't come back like it did in the last game, but I guess that was because we weren't playing as this guy this time around. Overall, I thought that the series was really good. I enjoyed myself. Thanks to the writing, the everything like that, was really fantastic. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, or subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. See ya!